let me just tell the story of an arrest. Tommy learned that you can't have a camera on the precincts of the court. You can't film anything in court. It's one of the things we learned at this sort of crash course for him. So he's standing outside the court, and there's a rape gang that has been on trial for weeks.
Yeah.
And it's judgment day. So the trial is over, by the way. And everyone's coming in early with their prison bag, because if you're convicted, you go straight to jail. So you bring some clothes with you. And as they come in, Tommy asks each of them, how do you feel about your chances today? How do you feel about your chances today? You've seen that a million times by a million reporters. That's what you ask on judgment day. And suddenly, that's all he's saying, by the way. Now, they're swearing at him, they're spitting at him because they know who he is. And they maybe had an intuition they were going to jail. They did. Suddenly, a police van pulls up, the door is open, half a dozen cops arrest him. And he's the one that goes to jail.
Yeah.
I think he may have told you this story, not even a 10-minute trial. And they put him in.
They put him in a bad prison.
They did.
Where he got beat half to death.
It was just absolutely terrible. And so I've stayed, even though he doesn't work for me, hasn't worked for me in years, I stay in touch with him because sometimes I think no one's helping him. Like when
you brought him to Canada.
We did. And he was arrested.
That was just before I interviewed him. We were supposed to interview him in Alberta, and that broke apart because
that's right.
What happened to him in Canada?
You know what? He was arrested. The British High Commission brought something to Canada's attention. They arrested him, but we managed to get him out of jail.
Yeah.
And we managed to convince the government to let him finish his tour. He gave a speech in Toronto and to fly home, no charges, no nothing. And I think, and I dealt a little bit with the immigration people. I don't think they knew what they were getting into. I think the British government sort of pumped their head full of this guy's a danger.
Right.
Like they had a whole team.
Well, it's not like unless you'd been following this, it's not like you'd understand what the hell was going on.
I think
you can't even understand it if you do follow.
Yeah. I think the Canadian police, border police regretted listening to.
Well, I think Tommy told me that the policeman who arrested him treated him well. Actually, is that right?
It is. I think they were rebel fans, and I went in with them, and I think, and I said, look, I'm used to handling this guy. Release him into my custody. I promise he'll get on the plane and leave him. We're done. And we basically promised the police that we would do the event in Toronto, and then he would fly home. And I don't know what they were worried about. And because if they were going to have some sort of legal procedure in Canada, that would take weeks or months. And so between Tommy and me, and we hired some great lawyers, we sort of convinced the Canadian government, just let this guy go home. Otherwise, you're in for this whole thing, and you don't even know what you're getting into. But you know, the police abused the law. Let me tell you one last story. This was after your interview with him. So Tommy's in jail right now, as we mentioned, because he published that video to Twitter, contrary to a judge.
Silenced.
That's right. And so it's a contempt of court. He's a civil prisoner. He should not be in solitary confinement. He's been treated abusively. That's over here. But Tommy was arrested under the Terrorism Act.
Right, yes. That gave him access to his phone, which he refused to hand over.
The British Terrorism Act is an astonishing piece of legislation. I'd say maybe it's like the American Patriot Act. It's designed for extreme terrorist cases. So there's a section of the
theoretically
that you're allowed to arrest someone for no charge, search them with no warrant, ask them questions. They have no right to remain silent. And you can see their documents, including their phone. You can demand their cell phone password. Yeah. All of this without a warrant, without anything, with no cause whatsoever. So they can hold you, I think it's for 6 hours. And you've got to answer questions for 6 hours.
Yeah.
So
those are a long 6 hours.
They are. And so and the crazy thing is they didn't ask Tommy about terrorism. No one has ever accused him of being a terrorist. They asked him about his politics and about his rallies and what does he think of Britain. And they asked him politics and journalist questions. And then they said, give us your phone password. He said, I'm not going to because I have confidential sources there, people who have been victims of these rape gangs who don't trust police, and you're going to reveal them.
Yeah.
So he's being charged. So here's the thing. If you comply and answer questions for 6 hours and give them all your stuff, you can go.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't give them the password, then you're being charged under the Terrorism Act. And how terrifying does that look?
Yeah. Oh, for
charged
sure.
under the Tommy
sure.
Robinson charged under the Terrorism Act.
Yeah.
So that's a live case that's moving forward right now. And by the way, I think that the government was able to crack his phone anyways, but they'll use any trick they can to get him.
Is there anything that the people who are watching and listening can do to help him at the moment? Like what would be helpful?
Well, I'm not speaking of confidence anymore because it's public now. Elon Musk has came in to help fund the legal battle.
Oh, okay. So that's taken care of.
And the only reason I'm saying that in public is that it was released publicly.
When did that come out?
That was in the last month.
Okay.
So Elon Musk is very interesting. He believes in the UK and he's frustrated.
Yeah. And in Germany.
Yeah. And so it is in the public domain that happened. So that's sort of incredible.
And what about pressure from like viewers and listeners? Are there someone that can be written? Like
they are the UK government, in my assessment, is extremely nervous about how to deal with Trump and Trump's
they should be
buddy Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And J.D. Vance as well, I'll add in there, who said the first nuclear-armed Islamic country will be the UK.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you got Pakistan already. But so J.D. Vance is skeptical of the UK. Elon Musk is very skeptical and has been shaking the UK on these issues.
Yeah.
And he tweeted "Free Tommy Robinson" on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
So the UK government doesn't know how to proceed with Trump.
Well, they know to some degree because they've got Tommy in isolation. That's their strategy.
What would they do?
Boy, that's a strategy that could seriously backfire. Well, I can't see how it can't backfire.
And their proposed ambassador.
What are they going to do? So he dies in prison. That's not going to be good. Or he comes out looking like the emaciated, broken down survivor of a concentration camp.
You said a terrible, and I hope it's not prophetic. I am worried that one day he will meet his